Have you ever experienced a situation where your seemingly perfect marriage crumbled overnight? My wife, who had always despised lugging around keys, ditched our modern smart lock for a clunky old-school key version. He even bolted it shut during showers. Every time I returned from work, I'd have to ring her up first. Fed up, I slapped the divorce agreement on the table during a family get-together. Everyone assumed I was drunk and joking. My wife hauled off and cracked me across the face. Am I asking too much? You promised you'd indulge me forever. I met her glare with icy indifference and let out a bitter scoff. Aren't I divorcing you and never returning the ultimate indulgence? Shut your trap, Martha Potter snapped. If I hadn't sunk into postpartum depression after carrying our daughter, I wouldn't have been this insecure. I'm not accepting this flimsy excuse for a divorce. It's absurd. She jabbed her finger up my nose, her eyes brimming with unshed tears, but I didn't even glance at her. Closing my briefcase with deliberate finality, I said coldly, "Sign it. You don't want to make things ugly." The crowd gawked at Martha, who was trembling with anger, while I remained composed. Whisper spread through the room. They couldn't comprehend why I'd torch our marriage over such a trivial matter. Before that, I had always bent over backward for her. Martha snapped out of her shock and lunged forward. Her father, Robert Potter, sensed the gravity of the situation, scrambling to his feet. I stood up to leave, but Martha's therapist, Sean Lynch, clamped a firm hand on my shoulder and shoved me back down. Your wife is battling severe postpartum depression and has no sense of security, he declared. Locking the door is her way of shielding herself. How can you be so callous and unforgiving? It's your endless nitpicking that's exacerbating her condition. Relatives nodded, their loyalties aligning squarely with Sean. Dr. Lynch has a point. I think Jerome has got some other grudge and is venting it on Martha. He is mooching off the family and still pitching fits. Only Martha would tolerate him. Martha silenced the chatter with a sharp glance, then pivoted toward me with a softer expression. Honey, I'm sorry, she cooed. I get that my illness has put you through the ringer. You never raised your voice at me before. For the love we shared over 10 years, can you just cool off a bit? Is your mom's treatment running short on funds again? No need to feel awkward about it. She's my family too. Everyone admired her humility, but their glares at me grew harsher. Martha is battling her illness and still catering to you like this. Be grateful, Robert chimed in, leaning heavily on his cane. We've never overlooked your mom's needs. How much do you need this time? Tell us and we'll find a way. I got the implication. He believed I was too proud to ask for more financial help, thus this dramatic ploy. I dodged Martha's outstretched hand and stated flatly, the spark's gone. Let's call it quits. Heavy silence engulfed the room. Martha rushed forward, wrapping me in a desperate hug, her voice cracked with sobs. Please, don't joke with me. I pried her hand off and stepped back. I'm serious, let's end this with dignity. She stood rooted in shock, while our infant daughter suddenly let out piercing wails from her stroller. Tuned out the chaos and started to walk away. John flung a glass tumbler at me, it crashed at my feet. John barreled toward me, shoving the divorce agreement against my chest. His face twisted with anger. Martha sacrificed a golden ticket to study abroad just to marry you. She loved you deeply. Now that she is ill, you're abandoning her and your daughter. Don't call yourself a man. I faced his outburst with cool amusement. How is my split from my wife any of your business? Spittle flew from Sean's lips as he seized my collar, bellowing, You're blind to your privilege. How much cash have you guzzled down for your comatose mother? Don't you have a conscience? Without Martha's help, she would have been long gone. I delivered a swift kick to his midsection, sending him sprawling. Stay out of my family's affairs. A shrink like you has no place at this gathering. Martha pushed past me in a frenzy, helping Sean to his feet. Her words tumbled out in a stutter. Why lash out at him? He's done nothing wrong. He deserves it for running his mouth, I retorted, my resolve strengthened by their tender exchange. The crowd's jeers grew louder, erasing my decade of sacrifices. They branded me a thankless leech, claiming Martha had endured hardships after marrying me. Click the link on the homepage to watch the full follow-up for free.